I'm back in the junkyard. So it turns out my wipers don't work. When I bought a car, I turned the wipers on. You know, they moved up and down. Okay, I assumed they were good. Till I got in the first storm actually. And I had to turn them high speed. And this wiper, the outside wiper, went completely outside here. And started wiping on the outside of the car. So I took it apart. Well, I had to pull over and wait 20 minutes for it to stop raining. And it was in the middle of the night too. So next day I pulled this off and the whole wiper arm was bent. So it looked like, you know, your typical winter time. The wiper was frozen in with ice. And instead of freeing the wiper before you turn them on, somebody just turned them on and bent the whole rod underneath. So I gotta take this cowl off and get this whole assembly. So it's just another thing I didn't see it was broken, but shouldn't be a big deal. Maybe $10 worth of parts, a little bit of labor, and should be all fixed. Simple job. It looked like this is gonna be a simple job. Just a couple little tiny screws to take that off, and then it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts, and the whole assembly should come out. And it's out. It took literally 5 minutes. It's only a few bolts. Just imagine taking this Volvo to a dealer. They'll charge you $500 to replace this. I'll pay $10 and 20 minutes of labor. That's the reality of it. As you can see, this one was lubricated. Somebody took care of it. Mine didn't have a drop of oil, just like any on the whole vehicle. The previous owners never lubricated anything, not even a door hinge, nothing. And that's the result. Okay, so this is the old one that was bent. Let me show you, bent right here. Actually, it was bent more. I tried to straighten it to make it work, but I just couldn't, because it was bent like almost 90 degrees. It's a strange design. It's got a cable that loops like this around this yoke, and that's what moves the wipers. As you can see it here, basically that's the motion. I've only seen one old video on this thing. Somebody tried to fix it, but it's like it's in really low resolution. So in case you have to work on this thing, this is how this works. There's a cable, just like you see it here, the loops on this thing, and then it moves the whole thing, moves the wipers. Kind of strange design. Yeah, so when this cable goes on this yoke here, there's a little nut at the end that you basically adjust the tension on it, because it has to have a tension for it to work, and it's got this little crimp thing that fits right here in this opening, so the cable doesn't slip. You know, because if the cable was slipping, obviously this wouldn't be working. So this fits in a little opening here, and then you put a tension on the cable with a nut, and basically that's how it works. Very simple design. I just think this was too weak, especially if your wipers are frozen. It's not a good thing. Basically the car had no wipers, had no lights. This light was pointing straight down like 8 feet in front of the car, so you couldn't even see the light from inside. And this light was pointing straight up. Well, not straight up, like on a 10-degree angle up in the air. So the first night I drove this car, I could not see the road at all. The previous owner told me that they had to hide the keys because their teenage daughter was driving this car in this condition, with no lights, no wipers, no brakes. The brakes were completely rusted, and I mean, it was just, you had to like slam 3 times on the brake to make it stop, and she was driving it like that. So yeah, this girl had some skills. Driving at night with no lights, no wipers in the rain. Wow. She had some mad skills. because I would probably die on the road with no wipers and no lights, but she did it. Oh man, watch out for that one on the road.